Team Liquid at the very least is done for the week. There's still some games tomorrow, but week 5 is done for you here, Matt. Pretty good week for you guys. Sort of, what do you think of the progress that you guys have made and the matches that you guys had today or this weekend?
I think our progress is definitely showing. We're definitely not done. I think we just had a team meeting right after the game, and Loco was really adamant about, yeah, this is just the start. This is really where we put in more effort and we put in a lot more fuel to, yeah, keep improving, keep progressing, and I'm happy so far with what we've shown.
I was just interviewing Rainover. You might have seen this, but he was telling me that a question I should ask you is, what did you think of the C9 game? What do you think of them? And also, who do you think is going to win tomorrow, them or Immortals?
The Team 9 game we played?
Yes.
So I definitely didn't think how the set went was very ideal for us. I mean, especially because of the remake, especially because of the bug. So game one, there was a very unfortunate play. I think game one we were in control until one unfortunate play that basically snowballed the whole game. That game I was really frustrated, I was really tilted. Yeah, I think the entire team was really frustrated after that game, but we definitely reset into game two, and then game two, like, the unthinkable happened. Like, there was a bug, it was remade, and I was really disappointed how Riot handled it because the entire time we were paused, we were free to talk after about 2 minutes, but we had no information whether they were even discussing there was going to be a remake. We weren't sure what was being discussed by Riot or by C9. We could visually see C9 talking, but we didn't know what was being discussed. So it wasn't until like 8 minutes into the pause where we were told there will be a remake, like they already made the decision, and they said we'll redo the draft too, and then we were just confused. Like, we were like, wait, I thought we were just like ready to keep playing this game, but instead the game was being remade. I was pretty frustrated after that game two reset, but I was really happy how Dardoch handled it, because going into basically game three, which was part two of game two, we really mentally reset for once we loaded in. Like, I was still like visibly tilted in Champions Select, but heading into the game, I was really happy with how we played, because we were really communicative. We played really well, and that's something that I didn't really even expect. I was just so frustrated, and I was really happy with Dardoch because he really stepped up. He played well and he communicated very well. He was a very strong team leader that day.
Yeah, you tweeted something yesterday about how you were kind of disappointed in yourself because sometimes you let your mistakes get to you. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I mean, on stage, I get really pressured. Like, just having the pressure of hundreds of thousands of people just watching your play, and it really takes a toll on you when you make a mistake. Most pros, they just brush it off. They're like, oh, I made a mistake, it's all right. But for me, like, once I make a single mistake, like, it can't be any big mistake. Like, if I make the simplest like skill shot miss that has no impact on the game, I'll get really frustrated, especially when I'm playing a champion like Bard. Like, I think for Bard, I have like a really high goal for myself, and I really don't want to play any worse than what my perfection is. Like, I really want to play the perfect Bard game, and yeah, it's something I'm working on. It's something that I really need to try harder on. For just feeling frustrated on stage, I can't feel that.
You guys had a really late game, not as late as the guys that went after you or the teams that went after you, but still, because of that remake, it led you to go so late in the evening, especially with a longer game earlier in the match. Riot just announced that games on Fridays are going to be starting about 2 hours earlier, 3 o'clock instead of 5. Is that a good thing for players? Are you excited about that?
Yeah, definitely appreciate the change. I actually got notified about that a little earlier, but definitely after that set, like the remake set, like, it's pretty apparent that we need to have the game start earlier. So, yeah, pretty happy that the games will start earlier for the guys who play on Friday.
I'm not even sure if we answered the question in the beginning. I was just thinking about this. Did you predict who's going to win tomorrow, Immortals or C9?
Immortals, C9, definitely Immortals. I don't like, we just beat C9. I think in the best of 4 that we played at C9, yeah, I think Immortals will take it 2-0.
Okay. So Immortals, I'm sure Rainover will be excited to hear about that. If whenever I tell him after this interview, I'll find him. All right, is there anything that you would like to say maybe to any of the Team Liquid fans? Because I feel like you guys are kind of doing that thing that Team Liquid does every split, where start off looking kind of shaky, start to build forward. And are we going to see you guys come out pretty strong and make sure that you're in playoffs and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely love to see the real Team Liquid fans, as I like to call them, because sometimes I read Reddit, like, I don't get bothered by like from Reddit and social media. Like, I actually like getting the negative kind of against me, but I really love seeing, like, I even remember like usernames now because there's so few of them. Like the true Liquid fans, like even when we lose, they're like talking so, like they're not negatively talking to us. They're like, whoa, Liquid's doing really good. I love Liquid. Like Liquid's fine. Like it's right if they mess up or whatever. But I definitely love the very few that are true Liquid fans, and that's. I think they'll be very proud to be a Liquid fan when we actually start winning and we're getting first places. And yeah, you'll be the most proud fan to say you were a Liquid fan before everyone else was a Liquid fan.
Very good, Matt. Thank you so much for the interview, and congratulations on the win today. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys continue to build up over the next couple of weeks before we get to playoffs. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.